Hey guys, Doug here again. In the past, I've had some questions about my Scrollsaw and the capability of doing roughouts for carving. Now, we all know that most roughouts for bigger carvings and whatnot are done on the bigger bandsaws. But what about the little Scrollsaw? And I always said, well, it takes a small special project for that. But personally, I don't make a lot of large carvings, so I was looking through Woodcarving Illustrated fall 2011, and I found this little gnome. So I thought it would be fun to take you through the steps of from a block of wood to actually making the roughhout with the Scrollsaw. That's not normally my thing for videos. Normally I like to start with the full block and show you from a square. But in this case, we're going to highlight the Scrollsaw today. So I think we're going to do we'll do the roughhout for this little gnome and show you. I think I got a piece of wood here. I think it's 2 inches square. Well, I don't know, it's 3.5 tall. And when I look over to pictures here, I think we're good with that piece of wood. So let me just take you through the steps that I would take to make this roughhout, and that starts with making a copy of this first. So let's make a copy, and then we'll take this into the workshop and make the roughhout. All right. Copy made. We got our copy here. I'm just going to roughly cut it out here. So when I do this, I'm just going to go, my only straight edge that I care about is the feet. Alright, and this, I need a front view and the back view. Sorry, I need a front view and a side view. I don't get carried away with following along the lines. Just rough cutout. Here's my front. And my side. Okay? Front view, side view, to the workshop. Alright, so we got our block of wood. We got our little cutouts here. So I've got this mounting spray, and I just spray on 2 sides of the wood, and I take my guy, and like I mentioned earlier about the feet are all I really care about, having them down on a level, on the level, not on a level. Put this guy on here. That's that. Now if I was going to say anything, I would always try and center it so that I can get my blade around in one swoop. So I wouldn't want to keep it right to the edge where you have to run the blade off. I like to keep the piece intact to the bottom if I can. If I can, I can. But okay, so let me drag that saw over here and get at it. Alright, let's get this out front and center. Quick word about the Scrollsaw. This is a Dewalt Scrollsaw that I have. I used to have a Delta, and I've used I think a Mastercraft and maybe 1 or 2 other ones. But I'll give you my quick 2 cents on the Scrollsaw. Is if you're going to get one, save up until you can get this one or the equivalent. I don't know what the equivalent is, but it costs more money than the cheaper one, but it has far more power, better reach, easier capabilities of, you know, popping your blade in and out, and but really it's the power. I really like the heavier duty saw. So that's everything. If you get frustrated with a weak, cheap built scroll saw, it just it won't make it nice. So if you don't have one, if you're getting one, I highly recommend. I have nothing to do with Dewalt or anybody else, but I always have the philosophy in pretty much everything I buy, other than things I'm going to break, but buy once, cry once, and that's that holds true for the old scroll saw. So I'm using what do we got here? 8 teeth per inch blades, 8 TPI, and they're reversible. And all that means is the teeth go both ways. So up and down, up and down. It's a very fine blade and gives a really smooth finish. So that's what I'm using. This 2-inch block pretty much, you know, maybe you get 2.5. That pretty well maxes out the blade. You can take the guard off, and I'll show you when you get closer that the guard is removable, and you might gain a little bit, but I wouldn't push 2 inches, at least on this saw, you know, 2.25 maybe, whatever. But anyway, this is pretty much the max you want to do. So let's just cut right at it and show you what we can do. One more thing I should mention is I bought for, I don't know, 20 bucks a foot pedal, which is a switch. See that? I love it. It's a wonderful attachment. So basically the saw plugs into the other side of this, and that's just so you leave it on here, and so you got power. And I wouldn't be without it. In fact, I may get a couple for some other tools. But anyway, let's cut this guy out. Now you see how I just lost that piece on here? And that's because I had this hand out too close to the edge. That's what I meant about centering, but I should have had a hair bigger block. So there's not much I can do, but I'm going to keep this flat spot here, and I'm going to cut it all in one, so that when I cut out this side I have this flat spot to rest upon. Make sense? So you can see that's missing there, but I've got enough to carry it through. So let's carry on. Okay, I'm going to stop right there, like that, and that way I keep it all intact as one piece. Okay, now let's put the blade back in, tighten it here, put the tension back on, and then we'll do the other side. So we left that there to keep this on here, so now we can just go and freehand this one, and I don't care now if the sides fall off because I've got my flat spot. Alright? So I'm actually going to start and just take one side off at a time. Alright, so there we got our side, and you can just see the outline in there. What I didn't do is, what I should have done right from the beginning, is got that guard down to keep it from bouncing like that, but I was thinking it was going to interrupt with the video camera, like my hands do. But one other thing, which is kind of funny, I was trying to watch this and focus on there, I'm going, I don't have my glasses on, and I'm having a hard time seeing the line. So that's why if you see the line go out, it's my fault because my glasses are upstairs. I don't need them as a rule for everyday life, but something like this where I'm trying to focus on one little line, it wasn't working out, but who cares? Okay, back at it. Okay, now we got that one little cut here to finish, and then we'll pull it all apart. Take that piece off. There we go. There's our little rough out. Right, so there's our rough out. There's a block of wood. You see all the time it saves. It not only saves time when you have a pattern, but it gives you the placings of things, so you're not guessing where the arms are or where the nose is. Even though the nose goes right across, you're only going to center it and cut it out. You're going to take the space out between the hands and the legs. And you know, for little things, these are what was to be added on. He's going to hold a bird and have a staff or a torch or something in the other hand. But I already carved it this morning, and I changed the staff. From that, I gave him a birdhouse, a bird in his hand, and a birdhouse. And that's why I'm doing this video, because I just ran down and made the quick cutout, the rough out I should say, and real time saver. Not something you can teach. Like I said, normally I like to start from a block of wood, but I have been asked about the how practical a scroll saw is compared to the big boy bandsaw, and it has limitations. But if you're only doing small carvings, I like it. I like it better than the bandsaw for small things, because I hate always changing my blades, and when it gets down to those a little bird or little add-ons, you can just zing them out on here, no problem. And ideally you'll have both. Small carvings, that's all you need. So I know this video doesn't hit home with everybody, but I think I'm going to, as these little things kind of pop up, you know, through the week, and I see an opportunity for a video, and I know there's a question that's been asked about it, I'm just going to bang out a quick little video. Everything doesn't have to be such a production. That's my thinking in the past, is that every video had to be a big deal, and I don't really think that's the case. So they don't hit the same for everybody, and you can read on the title what they're about, and if you're not obliged to watch them if it has nothing to do with you. I wouldn't. So anyway, until the next one, I will see you around, guys. Thanks for watching.